Hey everybody, it's me, Lisa here, checking in from my studio or my office space. Today is Weird Wednesday, July 17th, and I have a big announcement. Well, it's not that big. I just sold a print of my Tiger Queen painting off my Society 6 page again, which is super nice. I'll show you what it looks like. There's my Tiger Queen. It's been selling pretty well on this website, actually. The website is society6.com, and you can just search for Tiger Queen. And I have a little shop there. You can buy very affordable prints. Look at that. Right now it's actually on sale, 30% off. Sale ends tonight at midnight. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Of course, I only made a whopping $2.63, but it's still nice. I'm just happy somebody appreciates my artwork, and it keeps me going, and it makes my heart feel good, and all the little tiny sales add up. So I'm super excited. Thanks to whoever who bought it. If you happen to own one, I would love to see where you have it hanging on the wall or whatever. Unfortunately, this website doesn't tell you who bought it or where it went to. But I have a little shop here. There's other pictures you can get on my store here, Lisa Ng Art. You just click on wall art and scroll around. There's the flamingos. The flamingos and the Tiger Queen are definitely my two top sellers, but I have other artwork there too. Like, you can get an affordable print of the radioactive raccoon. The big goose is a good one. Because I understand I like to work my paintings big, because that's where the big money is, but for people who can't afford it, you can also buy very affordable prints. They call them in all shapes and sizes. And you can even get them on mugs and pillows and towels and bath mats or whatever, but snoop around on the website. Anyway, for now, I am here painting, working on the big koala painting here. So because I'm working on the first coats and I'm doing kind of the top of the painting, I actually flipped the painting upside down on my drafting table here so I can sit at my chair, not break my neck, trying to strain to the top of this painting, trying to paint it. Fun fact about my drafting table here, I don't actually really use an easel. I used to, but it was so flimsy it kept falling over all the time. So I actually bought this drafting table. It's my favorite table. And I actually glued this piece of plywood on the bottom here so it can hold a big canvas, and it just sits like that. Because this drafting table, I think it's more for, I guess, people tape things on it, like paperworks, but I like to work on big heavy canvases. So I just took this wood, and I epoxy glued it to the bottom. And it's sticking on there pretty good. I've had this table for definitely over 10 years. And I've been painting pretty much every day. It is a very gray and rainy day here in Toronto. And which is funny because I've been working with a lot of grays. There's my palette here. So today I'm going to start a new palette because this one's all full. And I'm working on a lot of grays, which matches the Toronto day, although I think the sun's starting to come out. We're getting good lighting here. So let's go to see where I get my palette paper. I get my palette paper from my mailbox downstairs. And I'm happy to say today we're working with, let's see what we got here. I have a little pile of flyers, good flyers that I keep. Today is Mama's Pizza, traditional gourmet since 1957. Thank you, Mama's Pizza, for the sponsorship. Delicious pizza you can get, but also they send you free palette paper in the mail. It's wonderful. So I love using flyers because it has this texture. It doesn't soak up my acrylic paints. It stands up to water pretty well. So with this, we can just throw it out, which is actually better than the environment than washing the paint down the sink and poisoning the turtles and whatnot. So if you're disposing of paint, it's best to let it dry and then throw it out in your trash rather than washing it down the sink. But I actually throw out very little paint because anytime I mix a new color, I put it in one of these jars to use for later. So very minimal waste considering. Okay, so next step in my painting process, I have to find my hand thing. Because if I don't find my hand thing, I'll be painting all day, I'll be stressing out my carpal tunnels, and I'll be in a lot of pain. So now, this is a daily occurrence here where I like to put my hand thing in a different place every time I paint. So every day I spend a good 5 minutes looking for it. But I just found it. It's right there here in my little shelf of paints. So this prevents my carpal tunnel. I slap that on. And away I go. Here we go. Today is the koala. So right now I want to fill in these white gaps. So what do we got here? I need some white first of all. So as you can see, I mix all my own colors. That's my tub of paints. I really just buy big tubs of the most basic colors, which are cyan blue, which is primary blue, magenta, primary red, and primary yellow, which is called primary yellow, and then I have black and white. And this one here, that is a gel medium for thinning out colors, but I can go over with you that later when I actually use it. So here on my table, I like to keep all primaries, the white and the black and the medium, all at hand so I can mix whatever colors I want instead of bending over and breaking my back and trying to scoop it out of the big tub every time. So I keep a little handy on my paint table here. This table here was actually a gift from my friend from Germany. I met him. Actually, well, I met him when I was working at Staples a number of years ago, but he was in Canada for a little bit in Toronto. And when he left, he had this great TV dinner table, and he knew I liked painting, so he was like, I have the best table for you to put your paints on while you paint. And it turned out to be the greatest table because I've been using it every day since. That was probably, I don't know. How long ago was that? Maybe 8 to 10 years ago? A long time ago. His name is Marco Berner, actually. He directs films now. He just got into movie directing. And I knew him, he was working as a technician at Staples Copy Center. Good guy. I hope he's doing well. I see him online from time to time. Here we have some black paint. This is leftover black paint from when I did that live painting event. If you scroll back, you might be able to find some information on that. I painted this turtle that looked like a vase of flowers as well. This is a little tricky because when you're painting, you have to hold the camera if you're making a video too. And because this painting, I want to make it a monotone purple, I'm pretty much adding a bit of purple to every color that gets in there. But this is going to be a purple gray is what I'm aiming for. So we're mixing it up here, pretty fun stuff. And then I like to take my palette knife, put it against the painting, see how it looks. You will also notice that colors generally dry a little bit darker, which means you have to account for that and mix a color that's just a little bit lighter. This music is a little loud for me right now. I'm gonna turn it down for a bit. If you're curious to what I'm listening to, you can actually go to my Spotify and look up my playlists. I am Lisa, and I have a playlist on there called Medicine Cabinet, and one's called Painting Time. I just kind of add songs I like. I think this is a good color. What do you think? I think it's pretty good. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is just the first coat, so it's almost like a primer. This is my bucket of water. I dip it in the water, trying to thin out my paints. Time flies. This video is already 9 minutes long. I gotta wrap it up soon. Oh, but I also wanted to tell you about this awesome documentary I just saw. It's called The 100 Years Show. It's about this Cuban-American minimalist abstract artist named Carmen Herrera. and she's like 98 years old in this movie. And she just started selling paintings like in the early 2000s. She's so cute. So she got recognition super late in life, partly because she's a woman and they wouldn't give her woman any art shows then. I don't know. It was done back then. I think it was the 1950s. So she got to sit there and watch all her colleagues making pretty much the same quality of work as her get famous while she just kind of worked away in obscurity. But she's getting her due now, and there's this little cute movie on her called 100 Years, so I recommend you guys see it. She talks about how if you wait for the bus will come, and it finally came for her. I'm so happy for her. She's the cutest little lady. I hope when I'm 98, I'm just as sprightly and non-bitter like she is. If you don't have Netflix, you can actually Google for it on YouTube. It's not a very long movie at all. It's only like 20 or 30 minutes or so. So here's my flat brush because I'm filling in big white spaces. What you do is I like to wet my bristles on the brush, get the air pockets out, dip it in the paint, and away we go. So I'm going to be working on this for the next little bit. I'll end this video now. I'm over 10 minutes already. Thanks for watching. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see in these videos. Pretty free flow. And have a lovely day. See ya.